Hi, I'm Nicola Spurling and I'm running to be your MLA in Coquitlam-Maillardville. You may know the BC Green Party as the party of the environment, and you wouldn't be wrong. The party is all about protecting the world around us. We've been vocally opposed to expanding our fossil fuel industry. We've been vocally opposed to Site C and the LNG expansion and fracking that are things that the BC NDP have pushed. But we're also about so much more than just that. We're a party that recognizes that there is congestion on our streets and that we need to find a solution to just using a car as a single person to move around the city. We need to focus our energy on creating sustainable infrastructure, on investing in transportation options like the SkyTrain here near Coquitlam-Maillardville, but also in buses that are going to get us to that SkyTrain, which are severely lacking at the moment. We're a party that looks ahead to the future. We recognize the problems of today, we recognize the need for stability, but we're also looking ahead at what needs to change. We want to be able to support small businesses through this very difficult time of COVID, but also in general. We want to be able to help these small businesses thrive, to adjust to an ever-changing economy, to work on innovation so that we can make British Columbia the envy of the world when it comes to creating sustainable, environmentally friendly energy solutions. And we also want to make sure that we're approaching everything we do with a mindset of not impacting people's jobs. So when we're talking about trying to do away with this sunset industry of fossil fuels, because we know that that's what's happening, we're trying to make sure that we invest in renewable energy and focus on transitioning people from jobs in the fossil fuel industry over to that, because it's all fine and dandy to say, yes, we want to support environmental change, we want to be environmentally friendly, we want to make all of these radical changes, but it's going to take a while for our economy to catch up and for people to catch up. And if we say, well, we're going to do away with the fossil fuel industry and we're going to stop pipeline production, we're going to stop LNG and fracking, we need to find a place for these people who've been working on these projects to go. We can't just leave them stranded. And that's what the Green Party is all about. It's about having a fully costed platform. And that's something that's going to be released in the near future. And I am very excited to spend the next few weeks in my videos talking to you about the platform and what the BC Green Party stands for. But today, I just want to make the announcement that I am running for MLA because these are the kinds of values that I believe in. I believe in social equity. You know this from the videos that I've put forward in the past. I'm all about educating people around trans issues, LGBTQ2+ issues, but that's not the only thing that my campaign is going to be focusing on. It's definitely going to be an issue that I bring to the legislature if I'm elected, but it's not going to be the only issue. Just like the party is not a one-issue party focused on the environment, I'm not a one-issue candidate focused solely on LGBTQ2+ issues. I'm going to be focusing on a wide range of subjects, a wide range of issues, and I'm looking forward to having those conversations with you. I know that it's not the usual content that I put out, and I hope, like with my construction renovation, that you're going to stick with me through this, because I will get back to my trans-related content in the future. But John Horgan has called a snap election. It's a very dangerous snap election because it puts people at risk during this time of a pandemic. It's a completely unnecessary snap election because it was called a year before there was supposed to be an election. John Horgan recognized that he was polling well. He decided to break his agreement with the BC Green Party to maintain a stable government until fall of 2021. He decided to call an early election and put people's lives at risk because he was greedy and power hungry. He recognized that he was polling well, and unfortunately, That may backfire on him. We may be stuck with a BC Liberal Party government. But what the Greens want to do is be able to hold government accountable. We want to hold the balance of power again. We know that it's a long shot for us to get elected. We would love that if it happened. But minority governments are exactly what the BC Green Party support. It's part of why we pushed for proportional representation in the last election. We believe in participatory democracy, we believe in giving everyone a voice, and we believe in holding government accountable. So please vote for the BC Green Party. You may think it's a wasted vote. It's not. No vote for the Green Party is a wasted vote. No vote for the Green Party is a vote for anyone but the Green Party, because we've shown that we have the ability to hold the balance of power. We've shown that we have the ability to govern effectively. We've shown that we have the ability to put forward fantastic policy, to accomplish so much in a short amount of time, with only 2 MLAs currently in our caucus. We have had some huge successes in terms of things like Clean BC, and we need to continue that work. The BC NDP have been incredibly difficult to work with, but the BC Greens have made it happen. And the BC Greens were committed to stability when the NDP called the snap election and threw everything into turmoil. The BC Greens will still be committed to having a stable government if they're elected in a minority government situation again, and you can count on them to bring forward green policy and to hold government accountable. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you may know me as an LGBTQ2+ advocate and someone who works in construction, but that's a small piece of the picture. I have been involved for politics for a while. I have a proven track record of getting things done. I've pushed for a rainbow crosswalk in Coquitlam. That was successful. I founded the Tri-Cities Pride Society. I've been working as a director on the Vancouver Pride Society. I have gone and spoken in multiple council meetings in favor of affordable housing. I'm a huge advocate of affordable housing, and that's something I want to push at a provincial level as well. I also am a business owner, a project manager, an artist. I volunteer a lot of my time. I don't make a lot of money. I understand the struggles of being lower income, especially at the moment during COVID. I'm not working a lot right now, and I'm one of those people that's struggling. But because of this snap election, even though I'm in a very difficult financial position, I'm putting my name forward because I truly believe that we need to have an option to vote for that is not the status quo. And the BC Green Party is not the status quo. I'm not the status quo. I don't want to be your trans candidate. I just want to be your candidate. And I hope that you'll vote for me on October 24th. Now, I mentioned that I'm not going to be the trans candidate, but I also want you to know that the BC Green Party stands up for LGBTQ2+ people in a way that no other party in BC does. The NDP have really pushed hard for LGBTQ2+ rights over the years, but they've also failed us in many ways over the last few years. In the 2017 election, they trotted out their candidates who were LGBTQ2+ to defend a homophobic, transphobic candidate that the NDP had put forward in Richmond. They also forced a bisexual person out of the closet in order to prove that they were meeting their diversity quota for candidates. And while I'm a fan of diversity quotas to some extent, when you have fixed quotas like that and you force people out of the closet, you can put people in real danger. In 2018, the BC Green Party proposed legislation to remove gendered language from FOI requests. And unfortunately, the BC NDP saw fit not to move forward with that legislation. In 2019, the BC Green Party put forward legislation to ban conversion therapy. And again, unfortunately, the BC NDP killed that legislation, and that made a lot of people who had survived conversion therapy very angry. Now, I don't want to diminish the good work that the NDP has done on LGBTQ2+ issues. I've worked alongside NDP MLAs to try to have gender identity and gender expression added to the BC Human Rights Code, and that was successful. That was something that they did that was very valuable for LGBTQ2+ people. But unfortunately, they've also dropped the ball I just want to focus on education for a second because this is a huge part of what the BC Green Party stands for. Our executive director recently left a teaching position to come and work for the party, and our leader is a past teacher as well. So education is really important from that standpoint, but also in the platforms that we put forward. In 2017, the BC Green Party ran on a platform of implementing a 20% increase in funding for education. But over the last 3.5 years, instead of investing in education, what we've seen is the BC NDP follow in the BC Liberal Party's footsteps and fight teachers on class size and composition. That's just not acceptable. We need these parties to stand up. We need the BC Green Party to get more MLAs, to have more influence in the legislature so that we can bring better education to BC. We also stand for inclusive education, which means we want programs like SOGI 123 included in schools so that children know that regardless of how they identify, regardless of what their sexual orientation is, they are welcome in their schools. My website is nicolaspurling.me, so feel free to go on there. You can donate to my campaign, you can volunteer with my campaign, request a lawn sign, read up about me or what the platform is. I hope that I have your support, and until next time, have a great day.